So, no, the science, people. The science was that stores could remain open, only the essential services, and they saran wrapped off non-essential items, which included, I closed it too quickly, which included lighters and batteries, by the way. So let that sink in. And by the way, I went to a grocery store, the lighters were not saran wrapped off. Idiots. We're being governed by idiots. We're being governed by criminals, in my view, in my humble view. I can say that with Justin Trudeau because he has been convicted twice of ethics breaches, which is breaking the law. So I think it could be qualified as, it might be statutory and not criminal. Quasi-criminal at the very least. Justin, François Legault locked us in our homes, shut down businesses, and then let businesses open, but you can't sell socks, you can't sell batteries, but you can sell bubble gum. Bubble gum, people. But hold on, and I'm doing this for my own reassurance. No, let's bring this one up.
Basic commerce tools are essential.
Okay, so it is day 3 now of the idiocracy that is Quebec. Day 3 of lockdown. Curfews from
hold on. There's echo. I know there's echo.
5 in the morning.
How many times?
I just read some news just to get up to speed with the full-blown, absolute lunacy that has overwhelmed and overcome our province. Okay, apparently in the first Saturday to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days, the Quebec police have issued 750 fines of at least $1,000, possibly more, so we can round it up to just being no less than $1 million in fines that have been issued since this curfew has been imposed. $1 million in fines, which makes sense because, after all, we now know that our government, François Legault's government, the CAQ, the CAQ, is spending $13 million a month in COVID awareness. We're locked down in our homes under curfew, but the government finds $13 million a month to spend on COVID awareness. Not respirators, not expanding the hospitals, not actually solving a problem, making us aware of the problem. I just want everyone to appreciate that. Okay, so this is Pudge, by the way.
By the way, they locked us down. Well, by the way, at the time I did not know what I now know about the respirators from an interview I did with Dr. I forget. I did an interview with a doctor on Rumble, exclusively on Rumble, where the doctor explained why in the early days some people were putting COVID positive people on respirators. And apparently, according to some, it didn't have anything to do with treating the patient or any respiratory ailments. It had to do with what they thought would be preventing transmission. So they put people on respirators and ventilators, not necessarily for purposes of treatment. This is according to the doctor, but to prevent what they thought was to prevent the spread, despite what it might have been detrimental outcome to the patients. It wasn't Dr. Francis Christian. It was, oh my God, it wasn't Francis Christian. It was, someone's going to get the doctor. It wasn't Dr. McCullough. We haven't had Dr. McCullough on yet, but might be coming soon, people. Just stay tuned. Who was it? Someone's going to get it. Harvey Reich. It was Harvey Reich. Thank you. It was Dr. Harvey Reich. It's not just that they found in their infinite wisdom $13 million a month for COVID ads to make us aware of the problem while locking us in our homes, which served no purpose, even according to Dr. Horacio Arruda, our chief medical officer at the time. They recognized it had no scientific purpose for combating a virus. It was a wartime measure, but it would remind us of the severity of the situation. Their justification for locking us down was to not overwhelm the healthcare facilities. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. We're in year 3 now. 2 weeks to flatten the curve so as not to overwhelm the healthcare facilities. That was the reason they gave us. The government then says, coming into the next year, oh, we don't want to overwhelm the healthcare facilities. We better lock more curfew to prevent it from happening, while they're spending $13 million a month on COVID ads, not hospital infrastructure. That comes out to, I'm no mathematician, I'm actually quite horrible, $152 million a year. The government spending $152 million a year on ads, simultaneously telling hospitals to cut $150 million from their budgets. And don't trust me, I know we've seen it. Let me just, this is government, Quebec, cut 150 million hospitals. They're spending $150 million on COVID ads while simultaneously ordering hospitals to cut $150 million from budgets. If that's not criminal, I don't know what is. If it's not, speaking of criminal, that's funny. Criminal negligence, if nothing else. Oh, sorry, you didn't see what I just showed. I had to stream. My apologies. Don't trust me, people. Quebec hospitals ordered to cut $150 million from budgets. This is May 25, 2021. This is at the same time when they're spending $13 million a month on COVID ads. We found $150 million for COVID ads. Would you go ahead and cut $150 million from your budgets? Who do you think got the money from those ads, by the way? Who do you think got the money for those ads? Which ad agencies were paid with our taxpayer dollars from the government? Which actors and celebrities got those contracts? Which ones? Hey, I'd like to see it. I mean, I'm not that kind of an investigative journalist. 150 million, cut it from your budgets, so we can go and buy some radio ads, buy some paper ads, support the legacy media, find our friends and connections to use for ad campaigns. It's absurdity. But that, look, I'm gonna say this, and I saw. Look, I've seen. I'm not gonna highlight the negative comments because I'm not trying to put anyone on blast. I don't need people. Whatever anyone wants to say to criticize what I've done, and I know that there will be people who will be angry. I've said it to myself 100 times, and I'll still say it. I don't know how to take a deep breath. I know you're supposed to I'll take a deep breath one of these days. My father said something again more recently. He said nothing is worth anything if it kills you. I mean, he's worried about my stress levels. So that's it.